And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean, a.k.a. The Shoe Comic. Guys, this week, my guest, super funny guy, comedian. He runs his own podcast, the Extra Crispy Podcast. Joining me this week is Troy Douglas.
What's going on, Brandon?
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro, for coming on. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'll tell you what, I almost got stage fright and didn't say nothing. Imagine.
That would low-key be kind of funny, like, if we were able to recover from it. Like, we're but I don't know what I would do if my guest just, like, panicked and sat here and froze like that. That shit would be so... I don't know what I would do.
Like if it's Jimmy Kimmel or something.
Yeah.
Like, not dissing your shit, you know? It's just what I'm saying. Like, there's probably guys... Well, I think because of the frequency that we've done stand-up now at this point in our lives, but there's probably guys who are starting off or haven't been on a podcast that just being on a podcast or just being on a microphone will make them like...
Oh, 100%. Because, like, especially... Like I've talked about it on here, but like about 10 episodes ago, I kind of tried to make more of an effort to have more comics on, because I'm a comic, and in the end, that's what I want it to be. But when I was having on non-comics friends, people who weren't performers, I always would start it off with a would you rather, because some people you can tell, like, even though, dude, like, I'm not some famous podcast, not some famous comedian, it's this podcast. There's not thousands of people listening to this podcast. You're okay. Like, but to them, that's like, there could be 3 people watching my podcast, and that's more than they're ever used to talking in front of.
I think it's the fear of being judged.
Yeah. You're not able to defend it. Like, that's the thing is there's times where I listen to podcasts and I listen to 2 people have a debate, and like, I'll be like, that one guy, like, Brandon, he's an idiot, dude. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then, like, fucking losers will go on the internet and, like, actually be like, Troy, you weren't fucking funny at all on that podcast.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And it's like, you have no chance to, like, defend those comments. You can argue with the person, but no chance to defend yourself in the moment.
You know what? I had 2 thoughts in my head. So anyways, I'm going to go into, like, the one time I actually had somebody put a negative comment on my social media.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, and times before, like, I would hear fucking, like, famous people talk about, like, oh, the comments, like, they never or they get to me or they don't get to me, right? So the one time I had somebody comment negatively on my social media, I blocked them quick, like, blink.
Nah, dude, that's the move. That's one, like, because you hear famous people talk about that, and they're like, some people are like, you're a coward for blocking him, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't want this name. If someone was, like, standing outside your window insulting you, wouldn't you close your window so you couldn't hear them? So why would I want to leave them on my page? They clearly hate me, so they don't want to enjoy my page either.
Hey, you know what though? But what I used to think when I would hear the celebrity say this, like, why would you block them? But then when it actually happened to me, I was like, I'm just gonna block this person. Blink. No. Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Somebody screaming at you outside your window, like, you fucking asshole, and you're like, well, I don't know. I feel like if somebody was screaming at me outside of my house, like calling me like names, I'll probably call the cops.
No, 100%. But like, it's just my homie, he's a big Raiders fan. And
me too.
Yeah, I know. He, like, did you guys like your draft? Did you like your first round draft pick?
Well, I think our first pick, that guy could have went in the second round. Our second round guy, Trevon Moehrig, should have been our first round pick.
Yeah, so it's like, in the end, you're like, okay, but his girlfriend took a video of him when that got announced.
The first round
like
pick?
and he throws this thing down. And then he tweeted it, and he was like, fuck you, John Gruden. And it went, like, mad viral.
What?
Like, it got, like, 70K views on Twitter, and, like, it was being memed in, like, the Raider. Like,
really?
Dude, it's really weird, because, like,
Is he, like, a Raider broadcaster?
Nah, dude, he just is, like, my homie I went to high school with, who just likes... There's this weird part of Twitter, bro, that I was starting to realize how there's so many parts of Twitter that we don't know exist. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a diehard or Eagles fan. Eagles are what I care about. Yeah. That's it. But I know everything about Raiders football because he's in this weird community where it's also just a bunch of Raiders, just Raiders fans. None of them are broadcasters. Yeah. Kind of led by, like, a couple big Raider fans who have big Raider podcasts.
Yeah.
But it, like, got famous in that community, and I know so much about Raiders because it's all on my timeline all the time. But, like, dude, this community memed and shared it, and it was fun. But there was also people like like you're an idiot. You're fucking fat. Like your house looks shitty and poor. Like fuck you. Like Derek Carr would never wipe his ass in your house. Like, whoa. Dude, weird. Like such weird. Like aggressive people. So mad over him. A random guy not liking.
Yeah. First of all, Derek Carr's a Christian. He would wipe his butt even in Mexico. Okay.
He's a man of God and a man of clean asses.
He'd probably go on a mission trip anywhere.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, you know, first of all, your friend going viral with that, I mean, that's dope. Even though I know he's not like a content creator, I guess you're saying. Like, if that happened to one of us, we'd be like, oh.
No, exactly, bro. I'd be dude. I had like I had a Lil Dicky retweeted a photo of mine, and immediately I like pinned a stand-up clip under it, and it got like 6K views, and I was like, I'm the most famous person on the planet. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah. Especially well, hold on, I'll get back to the Raider topic.
Yeah.
So like,
sorry, we're all over the place, guys. But that's how the podcast. Is. It's just all over the place.
That's the podcast world. I was actually listening to your and Galen's episode.
Oh,
the last
dude.
One.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were so sorry. Okay, first off, if you watched, I was so fucked up. The whole video is crooked because I drunkenly set the camera up, and then now I was pissed drunk on that. It's almost like, you know, people haven't, if you only watch the podcast, you haven't seen me since the last episode. I was pissed drunk, and now I'm so hungover right now that it almost seems like it should just be one continuous day for me.
And you know what, Brandon? If you were 35, this would be sad.
Mm-hmm.
But since you're a young man, you know?
Yeah. Nah, it's fun. It's cute.
Fun. If you weren't doing this, they'd be like, this guy needs to get a life.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're so right, bro, because it literally, I mean, but it makes sense, and it should be that way. Age is important in like what's appropriate and what behavior not. But yeah, like what I did yesterday was a fun 23-year-old weekend. But if I did that as like a 40-year-old, you have problems. Like, what's wrong with you?
It depends if you're successful, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
If you're successful, then it goes into, do you have kids? How do you treat your kids? Life gets complicated, man.
No, 100%.
Matter of fact, let's get back to the Raiders.
Yeah, write it down. I got a thought, and I'm gonna write it down real quick. And so just
so anyways, with the Raiders, when I seen the draft in the first round, even though I knew that guy that they selected was supposed to be projected to go in the second or maybe even third round, I was like, you know what? It's a position need. So maybe he turns out to be a solid starter.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, a 1 or 2 time Pro Bowler in his career, right?
Yeah.
You know, but I really wanted Trayvon Moehrig, and I was pissed that they didn't get him. But and I was pissed when they took the first round guy, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
But when they took Trayvon Moehrig in the second round, it kind of like gave me this like what the fuck do they call it, man?
I know, dude. I know the word you're looking for. Like, fuck me, man.
Some type of poetic.
Like poetic justice, like it was like I keep wanting to say like resolution for your, but that's not what
I know it's like a good word, I know sophisticated word.
I know what you mean. You know what's funny is
tranquility.
No, I don't know. No. We're not gonna be able to figure this word out. But yeah, I get what you mean.
You went to college, goddammit.
I know I should, but I don't. I don't know the word. I get what you mean. It makes up for it, and even though John Gruden and Mike Mayock have not given you any reason to trust their decision and draft making, there is part of you that has to be like, well, maybe they saw something, because there are guys who get taken early that every year that people are like, why did he get taken here? And then they're amazing. Like, remember people thought but
that never happens to the Raiders.
that
happens to the Vikings or fucking.
No, you're right, and that's the thing, because as much as I'm defending that, I get why Raider fans are mad, because you did that shit last year where you reached and took the corner early in the first.
Damon Arnett.
And he's not terrible, but he was not did not play like a first round pick because he wasn't supposed to be.
Well, exactly. And he didn't play like a first round pick. He wasn't supposed to be. And you know what? He was given a few opportunities. I mean, he was given quite a bit of opportunities, but I'll give him this. He did have like a broken hand, and he still played at DB. So, you know, that shows, I guess, to his heart to put up with getting fucking killed every damn game, because he was getting eaten up.
But and it's not all his fault. Like,
our fucking defensive coordinator was trash.
Terrible, bro.
Yeah. What's his name? Gus Bradley?
Greg Williams.
Gus Bradley's our new one, right?
Yeah, Greg Williams, right? Was his name?
No. Wait. No, Gus Bradley's our defensive coordinator now.
I'm gonna
defensive coordinator then was.
I think it was.
Fuck, what was it? Fucking
Raiders 2020.
Yeah, guys, I have terrible memory. You know, I've been smoking
Jamie,
marijuana
bro.
since I was in 8th grade. 7th.
Yeah. It in the start. Wait, what? No, Gus Bradley
was our defensive coordinator last year, right?
Comes after former defensive. Paul Gunther.
Paul Gunther. There we go. That.
Okay, I was
like, wait, Gus Bradley's a good defensive coordinator.
Yeah. And I forgot who I was
Gunther.
saying, but it was not
there you
Paul
go.
Gunther.
Yeah, he was like 3 years in a row. He like was ranked 30th out of 30. How many teams in the NFL? 30. Yeah, it was like 30 out of 30. Our defense was ranked for like 3 years in a row.
Because he was the one who did the weird.
First of all, he was a part of the Khalil Mack trade. How do you trade the best person you've drafted probably ever? That's probably the best Raider draft pick ever.
Yeah, no, and I do like, though, I like to watch like Raider fans try to sell him on it because, like, I guess with those picks, you guys got like Josh Jacobs and like some other player that's been good for you. But like also Khalil Mack's better than both those people.
Yeah.
And your team has shown they clearly are gonna waste the draft picks. So that one I'll never understand why they got rid of Mack. And it was all like, remember was that like weird John Gruden shit where he was just like, yeah, he hasn't called me and Gruden didn't want to talk to him.
I know, yeah.
And like, it was literally so childish.
I think first of all, if any Raider, you probably have some Raider fans that listen to your podcast. So if any Raider fan agrees with John Gruden trading Khalil Mack, to me, you know, we're on two different sides. That's like the Civil War.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're right. Because
some people say they try to argue it a little bit.
Because there's that same. It's a little different, but there's a similar divide amongst Eagles fans over like Carson Wentz.
Oh, okay.
Like
and
I'm one
Jalen
of those.
Hurts.
Like I'm one of those people where it's like whatever. We got rid of him, and I'm glad and I'm happy because yes, we're fucked this year for cap money, but in the long run, next year we only owe him $100,000 or something like that, and dude, like I know the Eagles weren't great, but he was statistically the worst quarterback in the NFL last year.
Yeah,
and when Jalen Hurts came in, the offense got significantly better in every category. So. Maybe he just never owned up to the problem, and he would never they would always ask him in the offseason if he planned on staying, and he wouldn't commit. And then at the end, he tried to word it that he was like, I never wanted to leave, and it was like, yes, you did. Like you're the one who forced this because you lost your spot because you weren't playing good. It wasn't like a new guy. It wasn't like Josh Rosen with the Cardinals, where they came in and were like, get out. Kyler Murray's our guy now. That's different. This was not that. It was the same coach. He benched you because you weren't playing good, and he kind of just never took ownership. So I was annoyed by it. But,
well, you're right. He didn't take ownership, but I mean, the coach was on the hot seat too.
Yeah. I mean,
he got fired, right?
Doug got. But that was I didn't feel like that was Doug's fault because he then benched Wentz, and then Hurts was better. So we made a good coaching decision, and the team itself, even with Hurts, still sucked because the team sucks, and that's on the GM. I was mad. When I think
your GM. I think you guys should have kept your coach first of all because he helped you guys get a fucking Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, Nick Foles doesn't do what Nick Foles did without having good coaching.
Oh, 100%. You're 100% right.
And but with all that being said, Carson Wentz, I think he definitely was the reason why you guys were shitty last year.
Oh, 100%. And it's going to be even more telling as this season goes on because I'm really curious to see I know the Eagles are obviously you're a different team every year, but they're still a building team, but if they're better this year with a team that's projected to be worse than the team was last year, then and then again, that's just on Carson. And then maybe you do put some if Hurts wins 8 or 9 games and they win 8 or 9 games, we have to give
you might win your division.
Yeah, and then you got to give credit to the new coach Nick Sirianni because it's a completely different thing.
Where's he from? Where's he coming from?
He was the Colts offensive coordinator last year, but
that's good
he didn't call the plays is the only thing. So he was in charge of offense and scheme and stuff, but he didn't, and he's never been a head coach before, so I'm a little nervous.
Well, at least he's coming off of a playoff run.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad because like, what would I be mad about when I haven't seen him be a head coach?
Well, there's been worse hirings.
Oh,
so
yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but the Khalil Mack situation though, I feel like it's still more dramatic than the Carson Wentz.
No,
one because
you're
Khalil
right.
Mack was like a bona fide number 1 or number 2 best defensive lineman at that year in the 2 previous years before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like him and Aaron Donald. Like he even beat out Von Miller, I think, that year. You know?
Yeah, no, he was unreal. And I know, he's had a down year
since
too,
Chicago, yeah.
but he's still producing and putting up numbers. And he was, more importantly, he was beloved by Raiders fans.
Big time.
Raiders fans loved him. Like and for you to just trade a franchise guy like that, I know no one they don't care about the fans, but it's not good for a team and the fan base, and it creates division in the locker room. And because it all had to do with the head coach is the problem. It wasn't like Khalil wanted out.
Yeah, no.
It was John Gruden forcing him out because he didn't give him a pay raise, which he deserved.
Yeah.
Like you said, he was the second best defensive lineman in all of football.
That was the only time where like somebody was even able, like that one year that I think he had like 15 sacks.
Yeah.
That was like the only time where it was debatable that other than somebody else could be the best defensive lineman than Aaron Donald. Now it's like not debatable.
No, yeah, it's one. Aaron Donald's arguably the best player in football.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on where you do.
I mean, Rodgers had a great year last year.
Yeah, like him, Rodgers, and Mahomes are and it's crazy that you get to throw not a D end, a defensive tackle. In his a top 3 player in the league. Not position wise, player in the league is crazy. Yeah, dude, I felt bad for Raider fans when that happened.
Do you about your podcast listeners, guys? If you're not a fan of sports, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're getting out of sport. We just talked about it for a little. They know I like sports. It comes with the territory.
Well, I was wondering, like, because sometimes you it doesn't really say so much, but you look at your senses of like who listens to your shit.
Yeah,
like, what's your percentage on females with males?
It's I think like 68, like around like 65 to 70% males.
Yeah, I mean,
and then like 20-30% females, about the same.
Oh, okay, yeah, mine's like 70 something 3% males and 17% females or something like that.
Mine could be. I haven't checked in like a minute. I can actually look it up.
Imagine if you just like had more female listeners. You're like, damn,
that would be wild. Yeah, there's no way. And I mean, I actually try.
Just like fucking ladies man through the mic. You're like Art LeBeau of podcasting and shit.
That's so funny. Yeah, I just don't like know. All right, let's see. My age demographic. Whoa, it's actually 52% male, 48% female. A pretty even split. Wow,
dude.
I don't know. Okay. I think what helps are I really don't talk about, like, that's probably the most sports I've talked on this podcast in like months.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Yes,
if you're bitching about it, just turn it off and quit your bitching.
No, don't turn it off. Just fast forward. All right.
We're done talking about it.
I still need to plug my Instagram later on.
And then I think because I have like I actually have a decent amount of like female guests on, so I think girls like to like a couple episodes ago I had on a model. I had my girlfriend on a lot. She's been on like 4 or 5 times. She'll just drop in occasionally, and then like just other people like that. I don't know. I did not know it was that evenly split.
That's crazy. Yeah, like that's
like I would not have guessed that.
That's a good. You should ask Galen what's his diversity.
It's got to be mostly male, but it just like actually his is probably pretty. I don't know
what
his is.
I listened to your and Galen's podcast, and I was like, damn. I was like, if these guys blow up, they're gonna not like you, but Galen. I'm like, damn, they're gonna be coming for Galen's ass like a motherfucker if he ever blows up.
Yeah, I had to edit a lot out of that podcast from both of us. I'm not putting like not like don't get that wrong. We weren't on here like saying racial slur. No, we were just saying like one, I had to delete some nonsense because there was, and then we were also just saying like absurd stuff.
Well, I thought it was hilarious. Like I really don't. Sometimes I don't laugh at podcasts, but I was actually laughing at some points in that podcast. But what I'm saying is like, you know how like, well, first of all, hopefully in the future, by the time any of us get to that level,
the cancel culture's kind of calmed down.
Hopefully, it flipped the opposite way.
Yeah,
comedy's so in demand.
Yeah, no.
They're giving fucking Marvel
that's
budgets.
The thing. Like, I would never let something be on my podcast that I thought was truly offensive. Like, even if, like, right now you went on some, like, crazy, like, rant about something, I would edit it out. And if you were mad, I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm not going to like let my platform be for anything ridiculous. So anything that's ever put out on this podcast, I don't think is that bad because it's all either a joke or in good fun. And we're just two people talking, trying to make random people laugh. So we have to say crazy shit sometimes because those are the funniest moments, but also there's like even the clip from last week where I talked about like Al-Qaeda having I was like, if Al-Qaeda had an Instagram, would you watch their live videos? Because you imagine like beheading. There's some people who I guarantee you will think that that's offensive because I'm talking about someone being beheaded. Dude, it's a joke.
Of course.
It's supposed to be funny. No, I wouldn't watch Instagram lives of people being beheaded. I'm not a fucking primal
At least
animal.
not often.
Yeah, I mean, I have. I'd be lying if I said I haven't watched that beheading
Maybe
video.
Once, you know,
everyone, you gotta
see what it's about.
You gotta experience like a finger in the butt, dude. You gotta see if you like it. Do I like beheading videos? I'm not a fan. Okay. Like,
yeah. No, I've seen like maybe I've seen like 3 or 4
and
beheadings.
that's honestly not unreasonable because every so often there's a big one in the news and then it's like you're on like social media and it's like, watch this video of journalists getting beheaded and you're like, there's no way that's real.
Dude, so I was sometimes I'm on Snapchat. If people look at Snapchat shit, sometimes I'm on Snapchat, more on Instagram. But you know, I'm looking at the Daily Mails, like
the little
whatever
on the bottom,
and they're talking about like this Brazilian artist like died like falling off of like his balcony in his hotel. So I was looking like, you know, I was looking him up and looking up the story just because it seemed kind of interesting and shit. And I was high as hell. And I guess
going down that rabbit hole, bro.
Exactly, right? And I guess him and his friend, after he performed at a concert, were like trying to pay this like model chick, I don't know, like $300 in American money, but it was like 8,000 in Brazilian money or something like that. To fuck her, right? And so
is that how much is a prostitute? Like, what's I'm not saying you might not know this either. What is a reasonable price for a prostitute?
Well, sometimes I do kind of know things.
But it's not even weird if you know.
Well,
like,
dude, I mean, I would probably think that like a decent looking woman would probably cost in Mexico. Or are you talking about America?
What about America? I mean, obviously it's way. Yeah, we were in it one time when I was in Mexico. We were in a strip club and my friend walked in and was like, "Cuantos to fuck?" And some girl was like, 120. And I was like, which I know that's very cheap.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, like, okay, it's very different down here. But here, like, well, what do you think, like $1,000?
Are you talking about like an escort or like a girl walking the street?
An escort and a prostitute?
Well, because an escort is probably more of a girl who does her thing
well
through
kept
social
with like
media.
a pimp and like that stuff, or no?
Well, no, an escort is probably more of a high end woman that like more attractive.
Yeah,
probably has a lot of followers on social media.
You know? Okay, I get what you're saying.
And then like a regular prostitute is just like the ones that walk the street, like on Beach Boulevard and shit like that. Those ones they probably cost like $50. An escort, those attractive women, they're probably like a G.
Yeah,
you know?
That's what I would. That's just I don't know, dude. That's so much.
No, I've never gotten a prostitute, but my friend, I've been to strip clubs though. But my friend, not to speak his name, you know, he told me, you know, he went to Tijuana and they have this place out there in Tijuana called Hong Kong.
Oh,
for any of the listeners.
Yes, bro, that place is. Yeah, I said it like I said that shit like I'm there every weekend, dude. Like I walk up and they're like, "Mr. Lejean," and they let me in through a side door. I know about it because I heard this Bobby Lee tell like a crazy story about going there with like Doug Stanhope. And but what were you saying?
So I guess it's super popular. But anyway, my friend said he spent $100. I ordered to him. He was like, "Oh, I got this girl. She was so fine." Blah blah blah. He's like, if you want to spend $200, you can have 2 girls and shit like that. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, damn, that's like crazy to do that. You know, like you get to live out a fantasy for that cheap of money. You know,
but it
is dangerous.
You do make a good point. It's dangerous, especially somewhere like in Tijuana. Because there's places where prostitution's legal and it's very like regulated with like testing and
Nevada,
condoms and protection and all that type of shit. So that one I get that, but that's not gonna be $200 for 2 women.
No.
So it's it's weird because you could live out of like almost every guy's fantasy in that moment for that cheap, but I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna go the sad route of paying for pussy, you might as well spend like $500 for that threesome and know you're not also gonna get AIDS or herpes or gonorrhea or something like that.
Well, you know,
actually, I feel like people might argue that gonorrhea is worth
$500.
Yeah, worth a threesome. They'd
Watch
be like,
worth $500 threesome. For real. Just
what if they were like, listen, you can fuck Bernice here, $500, or you can fuck Tammy here, $400. Like, Tammy's way hotter. Like, oh well, she has gonorrhea. It's the gonorrhea discount. Like,
I would go with Tammy, but then I'd be like, the penicillin is gonna cost more than Tammy.
Yeah, you gotta look into you gotta outweigh what's my health insurance gonna cover.
She's really gonna cost like $700. Yeah, right. So fuck, I had a thought.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
I was gonna say, prostitution is like dentistry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get it done here. It's more expensive. Done right. You go to Mexico, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But you might have like maggots in your gums,
Yeah, that's actually a really solid comparison.
Yeah. And I was gonna say more on the flow, but I forgot my shit. So anyways.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
It's like when you fuck up a bit on stage.
Dude. It's always a panic, but like I think as I do comedy more and we get more comfortable, and it's I sometimes enjoy it. Is you ever like start telling a joke that like you're doing a show, so it's your shit. You've done this before, and you start telling it like you start telling the punchline like you're telling it in the wrong order. Not the punchline first because the joke wouldn't work probably, but
you skip a step.
But you skip like a step in the setup, and you have to like on the fly work the story back to make sense so the other jokes fit in there. That's kind of fun, but it's also such an oh fuck moment.
Yeah. I think they're fun if you end up getting laughs.
Yeah, I had that happen the other night at a show is what was making me think of it.
But did you get laughs?
Yeah, I got the bit ended up doing well, and I was able to recover it.
Yeah.
But there's been times where I've just been like, I've had early on too, I've just been like, there was more to that, but I forgot what I was saying, and you just gotta kind of own it and move on to the next bit if you really can't, because that's better because you'll get a little laugh out of that than being like
you can't lose confidence.
As soon, dude, you can if you stutter on one word, that joke will not hit. That's how crazy it is. If you say something wrong in the setup of the punchline, not even the main punchline, the joke will not hit most of the time, which is so crazy. Like, you have no room for error. It's got to be fluid and smooth.
Especially if it fucks up your rhythm. You know? Like, I've stuttered, but like, I didn't own the fact that I stuttered. And I kept going. Yeah. And it was a slight stutter.
And you can recover.
Yeah, you can recover, but it's only because I it was only a slight stutter, and I was kind of in a good rhythm. My previous jokes were working, so at this point, like, I kind of had them a little bit more like waiting for the next thing. Yeah. But it didn't hit as hard as I wanted it to, but it still hit enough to where I was like, all right, I recovered from that. You know what I'm saying? But if you let that, I've done it before. If you let that fuck up your rhythm, and then you're like, and you still kind of, and you let your voice even like go down a little, like a little bit of change can fuck your whole joke up.
Yeah, no, it's very weird how just like, I don't think everyone understands how intricate comedy is. It's not just getting up there and telling, dick and fart jokes. Like, there's actual, like one of the things that I think most people don't know is like the concept of, so if I'm going to say like, and then that ass ate my ass. You can't do that. You got to say like that, like you can't say the same word twice in a punchline or it doesn't hit. Like like you can't, like, especially if it's like a funny like or a profane word, you gotta vary the way you deliver it, or that will fuck a joke up, which is weird too.
Well, you know what, it's kind of like when black comedians say nigga, if you say it like, sometimes you can say it over and over. This is the only word that I think gets away with it. Sometimes when they say it over and over and over, like, it's still kind of funny, like the way they.
No, it is.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
like fuck. If you say the word fuck over and over and over, it ends up kind of like
it loses it. Now, fuck is definitely the one you can say most, because you could be like, the other fucking day I was walking down the street and this fucking person came up to me and was like, like, and you're like, okay, if it's like that, but you're right, because you can kind of, if you're a black comedian, just you can.
They run it a lot.
You can run it. Yeah,
it's like hip hop. It's like rap.
Yeah. People hate on it because like the verse is like blah 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 N-word, blah 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 N-word, but it's like, yeah, I know that's what he's rhyming it with, but the other stuff is dope and is different, and like same with the joke. Maybe that's like the end of it that's getting the laugh, but it's like blah blah blah, then the N-word, blah blah.
Now, please tell me I made some black history here, and I was the first person to say the N-word on the
You might have been. You actually, if you were watching, you should go back and you watch me get startled for a second when you said it, because I think you might have been the first. And like, maybe I need
to like Chappelle on Comedy Central. No,
I was like, I have to edit that out. And I was like, oh wait, no, I don't. It's cool.
you're like, he's light skinned. Let me look up.
Yeah.
I always tell people like, because I'm half black, whatever.
Yeah.
I always tell people I'm like, I'm black enough to say that N word, but I'm not black enough to give you a pass to say it.
Yeah.
You gotta find somebody a little more darker for that.
Yeah.
I actually have a joke. I don't want to tell my joke.
Yeah, don't.
Sometimes you want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you like,
I don't know. It's
not that anybody's gonna see me. Probably.
That's kind of my thought process. Is at first because you hear all the famous comedians, they don't want to give it away because they want people to come and pay and see them.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? I don't think like if Joe and Jill are listening to this podcast and they're like, wow, Troy and Brandon are funny, let's go see them.
Yeah.
And then you do the bit that you said, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, it's not. But I get you. I don't know. I just also like. I don't know. I just don't feel like explaining bits sometimes because then I'm also like, what if me trying to explain it and not telling it isn't funny? And then everyone's like, oh, so you're not funny. Like,
the moment you say the bit unnatural, it's not funny.
Yeah,
that's another thing too. Is like, like if I was gonna say it, I would have to say it and not even tell you that it was a bit of mine.
Yeah,
because I would have to try to keep it as natural to you as it is, or as natural to me as I would try to portray it to be to you. You know what I'm saying? But I was thinking about when I was driving here. Because I was like, I was thinking about, how you played football and shit. You see the Missouri state flag and shit like that. And I was like thinking when we were playing basketball, when we were playing basketball the other week. And I was like, there was this moment. I don't know if you remember it or realize it. See, sometimes for people who know about basketball, right? And for people who don't, I'm going to try to explain it to you.
I'm excited. I think I know exactly what you're going to say, but keep going.
I think I know what you think I'm going to say.
Okay.
But this is a different time.
Okay.
So, I was at a position for a rebound, right?
Uh-huh.
And normally sometimes when I'm out of position for a rebound, I can still swat the other guy's arm down.
Yeah.
And then try to get the rebound with my right.
Yeah.
Right? This is how I knew you played football. I tried to get your arm down, and your arm went nowhere.
Yeah, bro.
My arm came off. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, he got the rebound.
Dude, well, that's the thing, because, like, I'm arguably in, like, one of the worst shape of my life physically, because I'm just not working out. I'm not doing cardio. I'm just enjoying being a normal person. I drink and just do nothing. Like,
you're a comic.
Yeah. But I still, when I play sports and stuff, I'm also just tall, which helps. But, like, I just have that. I'm always going to have that kind of nice athleticism that I can fall back on, even if I've been being lazy. Because even, like, bro, like, I'm such a football player, because, like, when people come and, like, try to set, like, screens on me, I fucking swim move the screen. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Just walk around the screen.
No,
like,
man, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? Honestly, I thought you were trying to be less aggressive.
I was because I don't care. Like, here's what I thought you were going to talk about when me and, I won't say his name, we kind of got into it the other day. Me and KJ, like, me and him, like,
it's not like you guys are gonna fight.
Nah, but it was like the aggressiveness of basketball that comes out sometimes.
Yeah.
And even then, like, I was annoyed, and
he was saying you traveled.
Yeah,
and I didn't see it, but I was on his team, so I wasn't gonna say shit.
I didn't. I jump stopped, which is a real move.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even that, bro. Whatever. I traveled. Take the ball. But it was. He said I traveled. I said no, I didn't. And then I hate when people do this. I will debate, or you can call it an argument, a debate, whatever you want, with you for hours. Even if it gets heated, I enjoy that. I can't stand when someone goes from like, nah, it wasn't to like, yeah, it was, you stupid fucking idiot. And
that's
you're like,
that's what he said?
He didn't say that.
But
I forgot.
I think I remember
he
said he said you don't like. I hate when people don't know basketball.
Yeah,
he said something like that. Yeah.
And then he just kept saying like shit, like attacking me, not arguing, just. And I literally, I like finally I was like, bro, it's basketball. Chill the fuck out. Because I was like, I don't. The old me, I would have like, that's some shit that would have got me real fucking angry. But like, I just don't care anymore. And immediately he was like, yo, my bad. I was like, bro, we're chilling. It's basketball. We're both just competitive.
Well, you know what?
Who gives a fuck?
You know, I mean, I'm not talking smack on anybody who's smaller in stature or
no.
But sometimes when like a smaller guy like says these kind of things to me during like a game, I don't even like. To me, it almost makes me feel like a giggly feeling. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
like
okay, I do like that where it's like I do. If it's someone I don't know, like in a random pickup game, I do enjoy them getting angry and stuff, and especially all like I like to try and make them more angry.
Yeah.
Like even like when we were playing, when I was fucking around and I just kept going. I was like, ball don't lie, just shoot for the ball, just shoot for it everything that happened. I was like, shoot for it. I was just fucking with people. Like I just people sometimes care too much about that shit, and then I think what doesn't help is with both of us being bigger guys. There's a complex that sometimes people get around us that they feel like they want to like own the tall guy.
Well, you know what, you're a legit big guy.
Yeah,
like, maybe not your weight wise now, but like your stature, like your height and everything like that. You're a legit big guy. 100%. Me, I'm on the first tier.
Yeah, especially like if I'm around, you're no longer a big guy. Like,
exactly.
you're just like, oh yeah, you're not short.
Yeah,
but around me, you're not. But if it was just you, they're like, yeah, you're tall.
Well, yeah, because I'm bigger than like 90% of comedians, but then there's still the other 10%. Yeah, you know. But I don't know, man. Like, cause it's just like I used to have like a little guy when I was in elementary school, and I was like the second. Like I was always the second tallest kid in my grade, right?
Yeah.
I remember like the shortest kid in our grade, but like he kind of like grew this like this. This rumor of him that, he fought this kid that was like 2 years older than him and won. So everybody thought he was like a badass and shit. And then he started trying to pick on me because I was like the taller guy,
Yeah, yeah.
And like, but because of all the propaganda around him, I bought into it. Like, oh, he's like a badass. Like,
I was like, this guy's gonna fuck me up.
Bro, he was like here to my stomach. And I was like shook, And then, but I was a kid. And then like, as I got older, now it's like that makes me giggle. Like I'm like, this fucking little guy is gonna, now there's little guys out there who could kick your ass, right?
Oh,
like,
100%.
Like Ian McCall,
dude.
Know what I'm saying?
Like Ian McCall. I'm fascinated with him, guys. If you don't know him, Ian McCall is a very funny comedian, but he used to be a UFC MMA fighter. But he's very short because he fought he probably fought like 145, like some
145. I wouldn't doubt he fought like 135.
135, honestly, too. Yeah, because he's like he's probably got to be like 5'6", and he's a very attractive man too. And I can't imagine with him being short and attractive how much like confrontation people give him at bars, because people do like to pick on the short guy too. Because I think you see it more from like my guys, like the taller people, the bigger guys, the fatter guys too will pick on the short guys because you think you can win. And he's probably fucked so many like 6'5" motherfuckers up in a bar who talk to him sideways, dude.
For sure, yeah.
That shit's crazy to me.
But I feel like people sometimes pick a fight more with the big guy because
I agree. It's 100% more the big guy than the small guy.
Yeah.
Because that's just something I've learned to deal with, is that now it makes me laugh because I'm older and mature and I don't care. But I mean, I've always in bars sometimes I get weird vibes from people, and I can tell it's some like weird alpha thing, if that makes sense.
Well, because you're like the kind of tall where you like you stand out. So like what, 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah. So I walk in a room and you're like, oh fuck, he's tall.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then like the thing is too is like when they look at your group, unless you're with a group of other tall guys, they're gonna be like, you.
Yeah,
you're the one.
My friends are under 6 foot. So
and there you go. Yeah.
I look tall with my friends too.
You're the bear on the mantle. That's what they want.
Yeah,
they want a trophy. Oh, I knocked out. When they tell the stories to their friends. Oh, I knocked out this. I've had my friends, fight tall guys, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know. I knocked out this 6'3" dude." Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's such a flex.
Yeah, I'm all like, first of all, nobody should be fighting nobody unless it's for sport or for survival. Right?
Yeah, no, 100%. I've been in one fight my whole life because I avoid them. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
you ever told the story on here?
I have. I'll tell you it after.
You told me already, dude.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
okay.
At Brutta's.
Okay. Yeah, I won't share it then, just because I think I've told it like 2 or 3 times on the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, you just.
Long story short, you won.
Yeah. But even like after I won and I beat his ass, I felt bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the guy was my friend, but like even if it wasn't, like I don't know. I don't know. I just at this point, I know I'm only 23, but I feel like I'm now too grown to fight. That's a child thing. I don't need to fight anyone unless, like you said, it's life or death, or if I become an MMA
pro fighter. Yeah, exactly, right.
Some shit happens, and I'm fighting Logan Paul in a couple years.
Right. That's crazy. But you know what? Like you said, I fought my friends too before. And the thing about fighting a friend, like when I was younger, 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the thing about fighting a friend, it's like now there's multiple tiers of like pain and anguish, right? The physical pain that you inflicted on them the psychological pain of your guys' relationship now, because you don't know, like, am I gonna still be friends with this guy?
No,
like,
100%.
I have a lot of time invested, like, not time, but like, a lot of your friends are their friends, and a lot of, connections,
Dude, I had that happen like a couple months ago. One of my like really good childhood friends, like, dude, we were just fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Like, both too drunk.
Uh-huh.
And we were it was just stupid. And then I was drunk and I got mad and I pushed him and I was like, shut the fuck up. And then like no hands were thrown. They broke it up. He left. But like, dude, I'm talking like 30 seconds later, I was like, why did I do that? Like, that's like my really good friend.
Yeah.
Why did I push him? Why did I bring it to violence? That's so stupid. And then immediately I was like, this might like mess up our friendship. Like, cause he was really mad in the moment, but he was also drunk and we squashed it cause we're really good friends. And and everything's fine now. But even for like a couple of days, like we squashed it and hung out. And even then there was still just that little, like, we're like, the scent will wear off in a week or two, but like we did just almost fight.
Yeah.
So it is a weird thing.
Yeah, dude, my friend, we were drunk too, and this is when I was 18.
Yeah.
And we were at like a party of my oldest brothers. So my oldest brother, when I was 18, he might have been like 26.
Okay.
And he lived like in a big house with like all his friends. It was like a bachelor pad, And wait, still recording?
Yeah. I have
scene.
Paranoia where like I know
what you mean.
Last podcast I recorded it, and it'll never come out. I recorded with Chuck Roke.
Oh, what?
Chuck Roke, my bad. And it was a fire pot, like, dude, so fun. An hour and 30 like of just laughing, talking about random shit, movies, and like Chuck. I like Chuck.
Yeah, I like
super
Chuck
fun
too.
but it's not like me and him aren't even like we've never hung out. So it was like
what made you? Well, who set that up?
I did. I reached out to him. I mean, like, I just like to have comics on. And then he had just announced that he worked on the new Purge movie coming out. And I love those. So we talked about that, movie making, all that. Bro, I didn't have any storage on my iPhone, and it stopped recording 5 minutes into the podcast.
What about the audio?
It's all through the iPhone.
Oh,
so like so to get inside baseball for the listeners, when I first started the podcast, it was I had my laptop and I had a USB snowball microphone. It just sits, and I would sit and talk by myself. And then when I got guests, it would sit right here on the couch between us, and we would talk like this. And then I got these mics, and I would do all. And then when I went to video was when the problems came in, because what I would do is my phone would sit there and record, and my laptop would sit here with the interface hooked up on GarageBand. But they record at different rates per second. So when I would drop the vocal track with the video, it was fine at the start. You'd link it up and it was perfect.
Yeah.
But because the video was like a few frames seconds slower, at about 2 minutes, it was like like an old dubbed Japanese.
Well,
and then
I think you want to fight.
Yeah, and just the mouth is still moving.
Yeah.
And so, bro, like the first 3 visual podcasts, I would listen, and then I'd be watching, and I go and it wasn't a consistent pattern where I could be like every 45 seconds. It would be like every 45 seconds, every minute and 30, and I would have to press pause,
too much,
cut the clip, move it now a half a second forward, and dude, I would have like 80 split clips. It would take me days to edit the podcast. Like it was terrible. So I have this new method. You guys can't see it. I'll post a picture of it for you guys to see, but it's like a camera stand, and then there's that white piece runs the audio of the interface into the video. So it's just one video that has the video on the iPhone right now has our camera audio. Or the mic audio.
You're pretty much doing everything through your phone.
Yeah, and so it's nice because all I do is airdrop it on my laptop, edit it on Final Cut Pro. Shout out you for that. And
no problem.
And then I
use GarageBand,
and then I export it to GarageBand to do the audio.
Bro, I got Logic Pro too, bro.
Oh, dude, I mean, yeah. It just I know GarageBand, and like I do basically all the editing on Final Cut Pro, and then I export it as like a MOV file and put it in to GarageBand as an MP3, and that's it.
You know what? Some people are probably like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?"
Yeah, no, this might have, but I also think some people might have found it just interesting to hear how it's not. I don't just walk in here and go bink, and I'm like, "Welcome back to the podcast." Like it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? A lot of people think things are easy.
Yeah, no.
People think stand up is easy.
Yeah. No. So many. Oh God, I can't. I fucking hate when someone asks me to tell them a joke.
Oh,
in a
that's the
public
worst
situation. And I know all comics hate it.
Yeah.
Because like we were saying, if you try and tell someone a bit, it's not funny.
Yeah.
And it like I understand. Yes, right now, if you were like, tell me a bit, Troy, I could go into a bit right now because I can.
Yeah.
But why would I want to do that at Ralph's? Why would I want to do that at the fucking outside the movie theater? Like when random, it's the worst thing. If you guys ever meet a comic, don't ask him to tell you a joke. It would be I always tell people like if they're like, tell me a joke, I'm like, what do you do for a living? And they're like, oh, I bake a cake, or I'm a baker. I'm like, will you bake me a cake right now?
Yeah, right.
Like I don't have my shit, and I go, yeah, I'm not on a stage with a microphone. What you're at? I don't tell fucking knock jokes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you're like, what's your job? They're like, I'm a gynecologist. Well, can you finger me right now?
That's way better than a cake baker. Yeah, that's exactly what it is though. It's the same way that when like nurses and doctors always get oh, you're a nurse. Can you tell me what this lump is on my, like,
right.
Yeah,
you're a porn star?
I'm not at work. I don't want to do my job. I don't. It's just people don't get it.
Well, you know what? The thing is too is just within the arts of whatever they want to call them. People don't have a familiarity with them no more because they're taking theater which I think there should be stand-up classes in high school.
Yeah.
But they're taking all those art programs out of schools.
Yeah.
And so now people go like, even though we're in this shit, like, and I think like, since we see a lot of comedians at a time at mics and stuff like that, we're like, yeah, comedy's alive and all these things are, but as far as like the masses, like most people never come across comedians. Most people never have the conversations we
niche. Do. It's huge. Comedy is the biggest it's ever been, but at the same time, it's still so insignificant. Like you said, like, okay, not Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle, but like Bill Burr, like Tom Segura, like
even Tony
Jim
Hinchcliffe,
Jeffries, all these people who are so that shit. Well, that shit's wild.
I forgot. I think it was a comic, and they said pretty much the gist was like, he got more famous because of the Asian stuff he said than actually who he was. Like people didn't know people who didn't know comedy didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
until the tabloids start putting.
And that was the thing, because like no one I'm not defending him or anything, but like no one knows that Tony is a roast
comic,
and that's what he does. It didn't hit, but like also it's comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's jokes that don't work, and he thought that was funny, and then it didn't work. And yeah, he shouldn't have used the slur and all that. But if he does it a little different, it could have been hilarious. And that's why I was like, I get why comics are upset with the guy because. The Asian guy posted that he sold out another comic, which is what you don't do. Because I'm not gonna get up on stage and say a slur, but I know there's comics that were, and I also have heard bits that are funny when people do that. And I'm not saying just a black guy using a black slur. Like I'm talking white people using other slurs, Mexican people using this, and like different ones. If you do it right, it can be funny. So I just was like, that's shitty. And what sucks too for that, like the Payne guy is now everyone is taking Tony's side, especially in like, or at least in the comedy community.
Yeah.
So now he is gonna struggle to get booked. Well, Tony, if anything, is just now more notorious, infamous, famous, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Well, to me, like when it comes to jokes that could be whatever offensive, to me it's just like, okay, they're trying to make a joke, right? Now, if it's not funny, that sucks.
Yeah, don't laugh.
If it is funny, great, right?
Yeah.
But to me, as a comic, the only thing is you just, like, you just own up to whatever reaction you get. Whether you get shit or you get glory, like, okay, I'm the one who said it, I'm owning it, you know what I'm saying? Or you guys are shitting me on it, whatever. Oh, they fucking love it, all right, cool,
Bro, a month into stand-up, I meant to say on stage, people of color, and I said colored people.
Yeah, I was there.
And dude, and like, if someone clipped that and put that up, obviously I'm not famous enough to be. I'm not famous at all to be canceled.
You never know, things could go viral.
But even like that's what's crazy. Someone could have ruined my life, and I just fucked up and said something wrong. Trying to be funny. I didn't even try to go crazy. I just said I said a phrase a different way than I meant to, and so like, I just don't like that he sold out another comic who is clearly just trying something. Like that's not. for anyone who's not really, knows just a little bit, that's not Tony Hinchcliffe does not do that bit every night. He does not walk out every night and call, a guy, a slur and do all this crazy shit. No. But he was just trying something.
He was trying to be funny.
Both
right?
sides had their wrong moments.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, unfortunately, the throwing him under the bus for trying to be funny is unfortunately the one that was more in the wrong.
Because in comedy, there's a code.
Yeah, I was
and the codes of comedy. See, the codes of comedy is you try a messed up joke, didn't work. That's not like a penalizing offense.
Yeah,
you sold out another comic. That's a penalizing
That's
offense.
dirty. Yeah, no, that's dirty because he was just trying something out. And I was explaining this to like a friend of mine who's Asian, and like I was trying to explain to him.
Mike Kim. No.
That's not a comic that I was just like, I'm not like defending Tony. But I did explain to them like there's this weird like hierarchy of comedy that like not that like a normal person wouldn't know and might confuse them. Did you see? Because like because then Ari Shaffir put up the clip of the full clip of the thing, and you can see that like, and it's paying set. So all the jokes, like the gunpowder, was a joke that he made. Like he was like, "Oh, we go to the Americans," and they're like, "Do you have gunpowder?" Like he was making fun of his material that he thought was hacky. So it was all thing. It wasn't like he just went like, "I'm gonna do this and that." And so then Ari put that up, which kind of gave then Tony more defense. And then, you know who Louis J. Gomez is? He's a pretty like. I mean, I think he's part of Legion of Skanks.
He sounds. Yeah, I mean, I've listened to that podcast.
Yeah, like he's like friends with like Big J. Okerson. And those guys. He put up a clip, and Ari Shaffir brings him up, and then he goes, "Give it up one more time for the filthy fucking Jew," and he does Tony's bit, but replaces it with Jewish things to make fun of, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
It just was like, I don't know. It's unfortunate because it's something that shouldn't have been brought to light, and if like Pang was really offended by those comments, it's something that he should have brought up to him, and they could have maybe had like an open dialogue instead of just kind of throwing him under the bus.
Well, to me, like, I don't know the guy. What's his name? Pang?
Yeah, Dang Pang.
Dang Pang? I don't know him, obviously.
Yeah.
But to me, let's say if somebody says something offensive towards me, like, and I was a comedian on stage, and the jokes didn't hit, whatever, blah, 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 like you said, I would address it to him. And especially being a guy like Tony Hinchcliffe, like I would feel like in me, I would have a thing inside of me saying he thinks that I won't say something to him.
Yeah, and it's Tony Hinchcliffe has been in 90 roast battles.
His
podcast is basically him having people come and try to do stand-up, and then he shits on them. And they do it for the chance that if you're good, he'll give you your props. But if you're not, he's going to shit on you.
Well, then like a lot of comedians do on his podcast is they start roasting the panel.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I would go up and talk to him, you know? Like, and you know, how I know he's probably not going to try to like, we're not going to get into a fight argument, but I would be talking shit back. Like, yo, you little fucking, you know, I'm not going to say whatever, you know, like skinny neck motherfucker, something like that, you know, whatever. And I think that guy was probably either he kind of took a coward's route, like he was a little bit afraid of approaching him, or he was looking for an opportunity.
I think you hit it right on the head right there. And again, like you said, should Tony have used the slur? No, but he was just. It was in the moment, you know what I mean? I'm not defending that, but it's just that's the part. That's why I'm like both sides, because I'm like, he should not have said that, but like he also probably shouldn't have fucking sold out another comic.
Well, let's talk about like how when you said, you know, you were trying to say people of color, and you said colored people. The thing is that your mind is going into like, I'm trying to project this in a way that's going to set me up to be funny, right? So Tony Hinchcliffe's probably saying like, I'm just letting things fly, rip, because I'm trying to be funny. So he really doesn't he doesn't have that filter screen, and sometimes you can say the wrong thing. We've all said the wrong thing on stage.
No, exactly.
You know?
and like I was saying, some of us, like, that thing could have been the thing that ruined our career, and we just messed up, or we just thought something was funny. I don't know. There's it's just kind of a weird subjective line, I suppose, because I've actually had people. I've put out only 2 stand-up clips, and I had a girl tell me that that my one joke was inappropriate and I shouldn't say it, because at like the end of it, I think I said like, like the punchline was like I sucked his dick, and then I was like, but it was my fault. I was wearing something provocative. I asked for it.
That's funny.
Because I'm making fun of like that's people's defense. She was asking for it. She should address it.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, "You're triggering victims, and you're part of the problem."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Fuck off!" Like, you're somehow making this so like egotistical and trying to like include yourself in it that you were offended. But like I'm on the side that you're defending. You realize that like we're on the same team and you're trying to attack me right now.
And you know what? It's like it's an unfortunate thing. It's everybody's life is different, you know?
No,
and you know what? Maybe you went through something like you were raped or
and I'm not taking away from that from
exactly
her if that's what happened or anyone like that.
But the thing is that okay, in our life, in our reality, is that we have this thing about us inside of us where we need to have a comedic relief. You know,
we laugh through the pain.
Exactly,
it's what we've done. It's who we are. It's the art. Yeah, if I was a fucking TED talker or whatever they're called, yeah, it would be like rape is bad. You should never joke about it. But the job I want to do for my life is telling jokes because I can't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
So. But again,
like if you're an elementary school teacher, okay, you need to live up to a certain conduct. Like you said, you've decided. This is why I always, you know, I even argue this thing with my mom sometimes because you know she'll talk about like how she's been driving the city bus for 30 years and she, you know, she doesn't like her job, but she has to do it to you know provide for us when we were kids. And I said, Mom, life is a decision. Yeah, no, everyone makes choices and. Yes, there are some, you know, outside factors and stuff, but even like, even, you know, the like, well, we had kids and it's like, well, yeah, you also chose not to wear a condom. And I got 2 kids and I'm still pursuing my dreams. You
exactly.
know?
You can still do that. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's another good example. I completely forgot about that, that you have kids. But no, that's the point though, is just like you had kids and you didn't go like, well, I gotta work for fucking, you know, UPS for the rest, which would actually be a pretty phenomenal job because I heard UPS.
Yeah, no,
like
my brother works for
benefits.
UPS. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But like you also like because then people think like, so you're just not taking care of your kids. Hey, jackass, he works during the day and then is with his kids till he goes to sleep, and then you go to an open mic because there's 24 hours in a day. So
and where there's a will, there's a way, you know. And the thing is too is like, of course. Maybe being a single parent might be a little bit easier, might be a little bit harder. I don't know. But, you know, me and my girl, you know, we're engaged, you know, so it's like she understands what I'm trying to do because, I mean, to the feminists, I'm sorry if you don't like this, but in my household, I'm the arrow, the direction we're going, and she's a support and a nurturer to the kids. Yeah. She supports me and then nurtures the kids, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and you know, I don't like to be too serious, but as a comic, I give my props to women because I've seen her pussy explode, and then this fucking creature that looks like me and her develop. You know, and I can't do that on my own. No, only thing that come out of me is doo doo.
Exactly, bro. And again, like that's why I'm moving to Texas.
To explode some pussies?
Yes, to explode some pussies and take shits. No, because like you said, life is a choice. Yeah. I have the opportunity to go to a new place with a new scene, and maybe it's the right choice that helps me project my career to what I want it to be.
Exactly.
Or it's not, but I'll have made that choice. So 20 years from now, I'm not telling my kid that like, you know, yeah, you should, you know, you could move, but like you never know what life's, you know, that type of stuff. Not hating on your mom, like not saying that, not using her. I'm using her exact wording, but like you get what I'm saying. Where like you see,
go ahead.
You see with like parents and people all the time where they have these regrets about not doing stuff, and I think that more people need to just, because that's the thing. Like even if like let's say 6 years from now. You know, because like I'm not giving up on comedy, because some people always be like, so what, like in a year if you're not like on Rogan, I'm like, you don't understand how long this grind takes. But like if in like 8 years I'm still an open micer, maybe I'll call it a quit. But here's the thing, those 8 years will have been so much more fun than 8 years at an office, and in the end, dude, I can just go get an office job and work that if I have to, but I don't want to.
And here's for me, I've already accepted the fact that I might be the dad to my kids when they're in high school, where their parents go, well, what does he do for a living?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm a comic, and like you're making money, you're touring, but like
or even no, I'm saying like if I'm a comic that's not making that much money, I've already accepted the fact that I'm grinding for the craft, you know, and I want the business, I want the incentives, but I'm more doing this because I need to give this projection for the relief psychologically. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. Yeah, there's you gotta
call me the Black Confucius, nigga. No,
that's the title of the episode is Black Confucius with
there
Troy
we go.
Douglas.
Oh, wait, let me rephrase that. Light-skinned Black Confucius. There we go.
Light-skinned Black Confucius with Troy Douglas. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, I agree with you, dude. You got to do what you love, and because that's ultimately what's gonna make you happy in life, and you can't let other people tell you like
not even your parents.
Yeah, no, you're not always going to have the support of your parents, and that's okay because your parents are just your dumbass 30 years fast forward. That's all they are, bro. So, like, yeah, maybe your parents go, I don't support that, and then you make it big, and if they're good people, and they probably are because they're family, they'll go, I was wrong, and I'm sorry, and then you go, oh, okay. Because, I mean, yeah, like, being a comic is a crazy dream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, like, you got to get, like, when you have crazy dreams, you know, it's what's that saying? Like, if you don't have haters, you're, like, not dreaming big enough or some Tumblr-ass quote
Brandon,
like that.
If in 10 years from now, I see you on the road and we're both headlining, that's like Jewish people going to a concentration camps and getting out of it before the end of the war.
Yeah, no, dude, that is exactly, like, it'd be like.
That's how many of us are going to make it.
No, I always, even in, like, a year or two from now, like, I come back from Texas for a little bit and I hit the scene, I will not know, like, 99% of the comic scene because 99% of the people we started with will have quit or given up.
You think in a year or two?
I mean, like, well, because how long? I'm like a year and 4 months.
Well, I started in June 2019.
Okay, so I started in December 2019, right before 20. So, like, we're about the same time.
About the same, yeah.
I mean, in 2 years from now, we'll be 3 or 4 years into comedy. Like, that's a lot. Like, people, I mean, people, like, quit shit way sooner than that.
For sure.
And I think at the 3 and 4 year mark, is like, you've established that, like, I'm a comic. And I think that a lot of people bail by then because it's, like you said, like in 4 years, if I'm going on the road with someone, making, those shitty, like, going on the road with someone or going on, like, my own gigs, those shitty gigs where it's like, all right, after, like, I go and do there and hotel and driving and all that, I'm going to make, like, $90 this weekend.
Yeah.
I will be so fucking happy if that was me in 4 years. But, like, that's all. Like, if you just told someone, like, what's your goal in 4 years is to, like, work this weekend and make $90, they'd be like, what the fuck kind of but that's just the path that we have to go down. But because we love comedy, we're excited about that for some weird reason. I'm excited about the road gigs and the shitty road. Like, I'm excited about all of that.
I'm excited about the level of skill we're going to get to.
Yeah.
Because right now, when you feel like you've ascended just a little bit, you're like, but you're still not satisfied because
it's nice to get humble, like to get humble, because like you said, it's like from what comic I was a year ago, I've made such big strides. Like, friends see me, it's cool, they see me and they're like, bro, like, I can't believe how confident you are, you've gotten so good. Like, but then, like, I had, like, a good set the other night, and I listened to it, and then I went and saw Tom Segura, and I was like, I fucking suck, dude. Like, I'm such a bad comic, like, compared to him. But he's been doing it for, I think, like, 18 or 19 years.
Yes.
It's a grind, bro. Because think about it. We could spend 5 hours a night at, like, 3 different open mics, and you only got to practice comedy for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you get 5
and that's
minute
another
sets.
thing for any of the OC comics that are checking out this podcast.
Yes.
I'm having my open mic, extra crispy open mic on Tuesdays at the Group Therapy Bar.
Go check that shit out.
And my set's 5 minutes, right? Standard, just like everybody else. You buy a drink, you get 10 minutes, all right?
Solid. Makes money for the business, support the business. Get yourself some more time. That'll be that's dope, dude.
Because I like doing 10 minutes more often now. I mean, I don't get to do them all the time, right? But
when
it's
we nice.
It's nice because it's nice. It's a challenge more.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and you can just work on more jokes, and you get to, like, really try. Like, you have to hold the crowd for 10 minutes, which is not easy.
And I think sorry.
No. Go ahead. What
and I think that you kind of. And I still feel a little unfamiliar with this because we don't get to do so many 10-minute sets. But you get more of the actual comedian you're gonna be. Yeah. Because you get to slow down.
Yeah, you gotta go out there. When it's 5 minutes, it's just a fucking sprint, bro. Put your hand on the ground. Let's go. Yeah. But when you do 10 minutes, I've done a 15-minute set. I think is the longest I've done is like a 15, 16-minute set. Dude, like. Those you're swimming up there because you gotta pace yourself. You gotta tread water. You might lose the crowd for a joke or two. You gotta get them back. And bro, like if 15 minutes is not a long time in the grand scheme of time itself. Yeah. But god damn, bro, when you go from 5 minutes to even a 10-minute set, it feels like you're up there for hours. Especially if it's not a good set. That shit can feel terrible.
Dude, the most I ever done was 12 minutes, right? Yeah. But sometimes when it is a good set, even then time starts becoming like if I break out of that like out of body experience of just like being able to hit the jokes and everything like that and it's going good. Like if I break out of it for a second, I go, how long was I up here for? Fuck, can I keep doing this?
Yeah, no, you start to get that panic and like you lose your like you almost can lose your footing if it
because it's going too good. Yeah, and you're like, can I keep? I don't know if you ever had this thought, but I think the moment I go, can I keep doing this in my head? I fucked myself up.
Yeah. The best sets I have, like 10-minute sets. Like when you had me on your Extra Crispy show, like I had a good set and it was 10 minutes. That felt like 3 minutes because like the crowd was into me the whole time and I was joking and having fun, but it can so easily feel negative. But like I knew I was like I got done, and when I have good sets like that, I always realized that when I was up there, I kind of forgot I was doing stand-up. I do worse, like when you said, when you become conscious and you're like, okay, what's the next part? It's that groove you got to get in. And it's the groove you have to learn and why it takes you so long to be a good comic, because you got to learn how to hold that groove for 5 minutes and then 10 and then 20 and then 30 and then 45 and then an hour. And then Dave Chappelle did a fucking 7-hour set one time. That's insane. That's rude of him to make you sit. I don't want to listen to no one talk for 7 hours. No. Not even the Dave Chappelle.
No way. But when you're there, maybe. Because when you're there, you're going to go, okay, this might be the only time I ever see Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
I think at 3 hours, I'd have to leave.
You'd have to leave
because at 3, I'd be like, it's been 3 hours. I actually don't know when he's going to end, and I'm not afraid of missing out on anything because I've already been here for 3 hours.
7? Yeah, 7's
so long. Bro, even listening to like a 3-hour pod, like I see a 3-hour podcast and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is a commitment. 7 hours?
I listen to 3-hour podcasts in multiple days.
Yeah, exactly. Just 7 hours, that should be exhausting.
7 hours is exhausting. So I know you do like some type of always questionnaire type of things you do each episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Would you rather?
Hit me with the questions, baby.
Dude, we're going to move into those segments. We got to move into the first segment right now, the Avid Deserter segment of the podcast.
Okay, go
where
ahead,
I got to get your 3 favorite desserts and your least favorite dessert. Just don't be a basic bitch. Don't go ice cream, cake, cookies. Be like chocolate chip ice cream, oatmeal raisin cookies. Like, give me
Let me take off my shirt real quick.
Okay, you get
Don't be a basic bitch. Nah.
Yeah, don't be a basic bitch, bro.
Bitch, I'm never basic.
Ooh.
Let me say that. Bitch, I'm never basic. I'm wearing pink, nigga.
I really like the color scheme on that shirt with the aqua on it, or whatever green color that is. I'm
the millennial Cameron.
I should start dressing like Cam Newton on this podcast. Bro,
I'm talking about Cameron.
No, I know. I know. Who Cameron is.
And I wasn't asking
you're right.
because you're Caucasian.
No, it was
because you're younger than me.
No, it was reasonable. I got too defensive, man. It was the white man. I got scared. I was like, he can't tell me I'm white. I know I am. Stop.
Nah, it was the age more. I noticed
that makes sense. The age gap.
There's a difference between there's not that much of a difference, but between early 90s births and then later 90s births from the media they saw.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like, because I know who Cameron is. I know a Cameron song or two. Yeah. I don't listen to Cameron. Like, Like, I actually have never seen his weird dressing, so it was like news to me that he dressed like, you know what I mean? So I don't know that. So like, there's definitely like a gap sometimes.
Well, I couldn't imagine that you remember 9/11.
No, but it was the first day of preschool for me. My first day of school ever. And I don't remember it, but I guess school was like an hour that day, and they're like, go home, because they're like the whole nation.
But
like,
and we're only a 5 years difference.
But you probably like.
I remember 9/11.
Yeah, no, I have any memory of 9/11 is something I learned later in life. I wasn't like, I'm sure like you probably saw like the towers.
I saw the tower, bro. I was coming down. I woke up in the morning. My parents were like, I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
My parents were like, whatever, get the fuck ready for school and shit. And I go down, and my dad always had the news on, right?
Yeah.
And I go down, and I'm seeing these, like, I'm looking at the news, and I'm like,
yeah.
But I'm 8 years old, right? So I'm like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, it's like some movie on TNT running again.
There's no way it can be real.
Well, I wasn't really focused on it because I just seen planes fly into a building. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then like I'll go back and get ready just for school, and then my family starts looking at the TV like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, well, this is something. Or go to school, right? School's like, everybody go home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. And then like you come back the next day, and then they give you all this kind of like a breakdown, like, okay, like we know you, blah blah blah. And we're 8, so they have to explain it to us in a certain way,
Yeah.
And long story short, man, like but I mean, I was 8 years old, so I wasn't like, I didn't feel the gut wrench, but I remember every optical moment.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. No, it's weird because, I don't remember any of it. Like, my mom said when she picked me up, like, I was playing with, like, Legos with other kids and shit. Like, I didn't, I didn't care. I was too young to understand it. All right. So,
the desserts.
Your 3 favorite desserts.
Yeah. 3 favorite desserts. Breast milk.
Breast milk. Okay.
No.
Solid. AJ Santos said coochie was his 3rd favorite.
No, but I legit get to drink breast milk. My girl lactates,
Yeah. Isn't it, like, sweet?
It's sweet, dude. It tastes just like almond milk.
Fire. Almond milk's fire.
Actually, see, my girl, she's Hispanic, so it tastes like horchata.
It comes with a little cinnamon sprinkle on top too, and everything.
Did you wash your titty? That's dirt, huh? Ain't no cinnamon. You can't produce no cinnamon.
Bro, I'm just imagining you could literally like put cinnamon on the top of her titty and be sucking go for like a margarita rim taste of that shit.
You plan to have kids one day, right?
Yeah.
Well, you'll find out. Anyways, no, but for real,
you 100% when I have kids. The first one she pumps, I'm like, I gotta try it.
Yeah,
I gotta see
what
the hype's about.
You know what? The first time
I'm gonna just call you 2 out of random, and I'm be like, that shit's fire, and you'll be like, oh no, we're not gonna even say what it is. You'll be like, I know, and I'm gonna hang up. That's the whole conversation.
Dude, the first time I tried it, like off of like the bottle or whatever, like how she had it, like she gave it to me, I was kind of like, because it's like human.
Yeah, you're weird
fluid,
about it. We shouldn't be, but yeah.
And exactly right. And I was kind of like, but I wasn't that weird about it because it was my girl. So anyways, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then like, like months later when she was able to have sexual intercourse and then drinking it like from, titty,
wow, yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, damn, I'm
hydrated.
I'm getting fucking, exactly. I'm getting hydrated and I'm fucking getting some pussy at the same time.
That's sick, dude. That's really cool, dude. That's
right,
sick,
yeah. So anybody think about having kids, that's the plus side. Now the hard side is losing your hair. But anyways, yeah, I love my 3 favorite desserts. Number 1 is Oreo shakes, right? But let me tell you, all right? I go to restaurants and I'm always trying to try their Oreo shakes so I can see whose are the best.
Yeah.
My best Oreo shakes I've ever experienced so far. Now this one is this is a consistent good one. So if you want to get a consistent good one, Chick-fil-A, right?
Chick-fil-A has good shakes, bro.
Consistent good shakes. But who I had the best shake at so far in my life? Fuddruckers.
Okay.
You like Fuddruckers? You ever been there?
No, but I was just like, I know what Fuddruckers is, and I've seen it, and I remember because that's the one I always saw. Because is it a chain, right?
I know there's other Fuddruckers. There's other ones, but there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, I just remember it because when you're a child, I thought it was funny because it looks like fuck or something.
Yeah.
There's fuck vibes from it.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely.
But I don't think I actually have ever eaten there.
Yeah,
but I'd have to try it. That sounds good.
Yo, dude, their fucking Oreo shakes are bomb, bro, and their burgers are pretty good. But their Oreo shake was like, and they give you like in that silver, like that whatever metal.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh yes, those are the best, bro. Yeah.
You hear your fucking spoon.
I love when the place they'll serve you the shake in a glass, like the glass shake.
That's what they do, yeah.
And then they give you the extra silver tin, and they're like, there was extra, and that, so good.
Oh yeah, it's fucking just ejaculation. Anyways, so that's, and then my second one is banana cream pie.
I love banana cream pie.
Banana cream pie is the shit. And my third one, the third one's hard, right?
Yeah, because you start to be like, fuck, what am I leaving out?
Well, yeah, exactly. And you're like, well, which one's better than what?
Yeah, because there's like a clear, like your number one favorite, you're always like, it's easy. Like, I know what it is. There's no, but then when you get later, it gets nitpicky.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna go with, fuck, dude, because I've had, a complicated, man. I'm gonna go with peach cobbler.
Okay, peach cobbler is good.
And
I like it.
But when somebody cooks it well.
Yeah.
Because
I've had some shitty peach cobbler.
I've had shitty peach cobbler too.
Yeah.
But when it's on point, it's fucking really good, And obviously you want good peaches, but when they put that right amount of sugar and the right amount of like, sometimes people cook it differently with cinnamon or not, or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah.
Like that. And like the crust and everything. I used to do one of my neighbors. Her name was Uni. Shout out to Uni, even though she'll probably never see this. Yeah. Because she's older.
Cool. Good save.
Not because
No, I know what you meant.
So she used to live like 2 houses down from me, and her and my dad were friends for like years because they worked at the same bus company together. Anyways, bro, everything she made was from scratch. Everything she made was fire. Like she would spend like days cooking.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had some bomb Thanksgivings and Thanksgiving leftovers from being her neighbor, and she was so nice. Anyways, so those are my 3. If I'm gonna have to say these are the only 3 desserts I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, then I'm gonna go with Oreo ice cream, Oreo shakes preferably.
Yeah.
It has to have whipped cream on it though. Nope, none of that pussy shit.
I got you. Banana cream pie.
Banana cream pie, because that shit's just sexy and it's good.
Yeah.
And then peach cobbler, which is also kind of sexy.
Yeah. No, those are solid desserts. I actually enjoy all of those. What's your least favorite? I always love to hear what everyone's least favorite is.
Ooh, Hispanic people are gonna get on me.
Ooh,
I hate flan.
Dude, yes. Okay, flan here. Give me yes. Flan, dude, sucks. And what's funny is that is a lot of people have said that's, or not a lot, but there's been at least like 3 or 4 other people who have listed that as their least favorite.
Really?
I don't like the texture.
I don't like the texture either.
It's expensive for like a little bullshit ass dessert.
I've tried to like it too. I've tried.
I had a guest that he called it flan. He was white, and I was not the whitest person on the podcast this week. Let's go.
I hate that flan. No, dude. I mean, flan is just like, I don't know, dude. I've tried hard to like it. I've tried. Like, I've bought it at numerous places. I mean, I've had better flan, and even the better flan I've had, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's weird, too, because there's been a few people that's in their top 3 favorite. So it's always weird to see.
Were they all Hispanic? Was it David Mendez?
No.
I feel like he would just say that just on purpose.
Yeah, he would be like, horchata fool, my 7-Eleven tattoo. That sounds like a racist impression, but that's 100%.
That's how he does his bit.
Yeah, that's how he does all his comedy bits. It's like that's the David Mendez voice in my head.
Yeah, exactly. But hold on, peach cobbler, get rid of it. Get rid of peach cobbler.
Oh, you thought
that's not my third one.
Okay, I'm excited.
That's not my third one.
Yeah.
Churros. Churros are my third one, bro.
Those are. I love churros, dude.
They're two go-to. It's two go-to.
You were talking about consistency earlier.
Consistency, yeah.
The worst churro is fire.
It's fire.
Because you can't really fuck up a churro.
Yeah.
It's dough with cinnamon and sugar on it. It's so good. Disneyland has fire ones. Dude, I got some fire ones in Mexico that had vanilla flavoring inside.
Oh, dang. Yeah, those
were
are dope.
So good.
You know what? My first job was working at Knott's Berry Farm when I was 18, and I was so excited to make churros, like to learn how to make churros, and I would fucking eat churros every day at the end of my shift.
Yeah.
I would be like, because you were supposed to, corporate shit.
Yeah.
I would just grab them. I mean, they say that, but they're not really checking on you.
Yeah. And they're going to go to waste, yeah.
I would just grab like a bunch of them in my hand and just bite them all at once, because some of them are going to be stale and some of them are still going to be good,
Yeah, so you got to find
I'm like, let me get a mixture. I'm not going to fucking bite
just a bouquet of churros, bro. Bro, that's terrible, dude. That's so unhealthy, too. I used to do shit, bro. In junior high, my dad would give me lunch money, and I would instead of buying a lunch, I would buy 2 ice cream sandwiches and a chocolate milk is what I'd have for lunch. Dude, and I just had like cystic acne out my ass.
Oh,
and I was
my God.
Probably my blood was just thick as sugar. Like,
my God.
Kids do unhealthy shit.
Playing football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dude, I would go to practice off that shit, bro.
All dehydrated.
Yeah, bro. Running off chocolate milk and ice cream cookie sandwiches. Fucking terrible, dude.
I'll tell you what, you could have definitely survived Hey, wait, are they're Spartans, right? From 300?
Yeah.
From 300?
I could have been a Spartan for sure.
No, I'm saying you could have survived the baby late night. I mean, how when the babies were born, their first day, they would leave them out in the cold.
Yeah.
You would have survived that. I wouldn't have survived that.
Thanks, man.
I would have survived it, but I would have gotten like frostbite on one of my testicles. I would be like a eunuch or something.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Fucking eunuch.
Like I would have had the survival capabilities, but I would have gotten fucked up in the process.
You ever think about how funny that is? Like half the eunuchs back in old times were just like people who had injuries to their dick and balls. Like they were like, yeah, I'll give up sex because I can't have it. Like anyway, so I might as well.
Well, you know what? And injuries that changed your life were probably so common that like, I mean, you probably became a eunuch just based off getting like a simple STD.
Dude, yeah, think about it. Like, it probably wasn't like, oh my God, I lost my dick. It was like, I have my career path now. I'm a eunuch. All right, man. We're gonna move into the original segment, the Would You Rather segment of the podcast, and then we're gonna wrap this baby up. So I got 3 Would You Rathers for you. First one: would you rather own a zoo with extinct animals or own Jurassic Park? And yes, I understand dinosaurs are extinct, but it's either a zoo with everything but dinosaurs that are extinct or Jurassic Park. Which one would you rather?
I mean, this is kind of easy only because I know what would garner more money and excitement. And it's going to be the dinosaurs, dude.
100%.
Jurassic Park, bro.
And like, bro, I know it always goes bad. I think I could get it to go right.
Yeah.
It can't be. Just
if it goes bad, guess what, guys? I brought dinosaurs back.
Yeah. Quit your bitching, bro.
Yeah. We don't have nuclear bombs. Like, we can't kill a dinosaur with a fucking AK.
Dude, that's what John Hammond, I think, is the guy who makes Jurassic Park in the movies. Like, that's what that guy should have done. Is he's been like, yeah, some people fucking died. Any of you dumb fucks bring dinosaurs back recently? You are grateful sacks of shit. Like,
right?
I might have fucked up, but someone will get this right. You think the first plane worked? No, but they thanked the Wright brothers, so deal with it, dude. I'm the Wright brothers of dinosaurs.
In real life, if they brought dinosaurs back, 1% of the people who died in Jurassic Park films would have really died in real life from dinosaurs becoming back. Because we would be able to fucking kill them like this, dude. Our fucking brains are so articulate. We brought dinosaurs back.
Yeah, bro. If dinosaurs, like, yeah, you're so right. Like, they would have a military standing by. Dude, like, because you know in the movie they have, like, the helicopter. Bro, that thing would have been drone striked by the Costa Rican government or whoever, which is, you know, we're helping with. It would have been a single laser right through the top of its head into its little brain, and it would have been dead.
You know what I would like to see too from like a type of dinosaur? That one armor plated one with the club tail.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of like it walks on fours and has a club tail.
I think it's, I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called either. My son loves dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But I would like to see how that stands up to bullets.
Yeah, like, but that's the thing is I bet that shit can't take a 50 caliber round.
You don't think so, dude?
I mean,
think about how massive dinosaurs are supposed to be. So imagine its plates.
Yeah, but I think of it this way, like, I don't know what a dinosaur's bite force is.
True.
But, like, obviously a dinosaur can't bite through it, but, like, a bullet's probably stronger, like, force, whatever force you measure, the
velocity
it in,
and all that. Yeah,
I don't know. But I agree with you. I don't think it would just be like, I don't think you could just like hit him with like a fucking Glock and he'd be dead. I think you would need like, I think you'd need like a fucking
armor piercing. Yeah. Like from the helicopter.
Just and like
raining on him.
Yeah, and then you would get him eventually. But
if you're raining on him, he's gonna die because that's just too many rounds coming.
We should just make like a ridiculous dinosaur movie and like just decide like do all the I want him to shoot an RPG. And smack it back with his tail, like, or like a grenade he hits it back, like that'd be lit, dude.
And then like it fucking like it explodes on its tail, but it didn't kill it, and it's like they're so wild and resilient that they still fought with a half blown off tail.
No, we could do some sick shit. How come how come they should make a Jurassic Park where it just works?
Yeah,
like I'd be down like to just some crazy CGI, show me some dinosaurs. And I don't know. I guess that probably.
And it's more like a comedy, like Adventureland.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Like it's more about the humans hooking up, like on their summer job.
Yeah,
you know?
I do kind of like that when they eat people, though. It brings me joy.
Let's say one guy got eaten.
Yeah. Okay. We get the comic relief. We could make like a Kenny, like who dies and always comes back. Like we'll have him like an hour later in the movie he gets shit out.
Or you can make it more like Brokeback Mountain style. Like I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal dies, you know, at the end.
Yeah.
And he's only one person who dies, but it's so dramatic because the whole movie was not about somebody getting killed, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So
if
we don't have nobody getting killed the whole entire time with the dinosaurs, people are gonna be like, I can't wait for a fucking guy to get killed.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Finally happens, like maybe it's a special ed kid.
We gotta cut this out and sell it to HBO, or we gotta get a meeting with HBO by Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Before we lose the rights to this.
The person that has to die probably needs to be some type of special ed or minority, like not like a black minority, more like a dwarf or something like that.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm down to get it. I'm down to have a dwarf get eaten. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park with you too for the money aspect, and I think we can do it right.
Definitely.
The next one is: would you rather have $500 million right now, or become a successful headlining comedian in 15 years? Like guaranteed. Like you in 15 years will be going on world tours, selling out, improvs and theaters all around America.
Yeah.
Which one are you gonna go with?
It's such an easy thing.
And time out. If you get the 500 million, you're never allowed to do stand up ever again.
Oh, okay.
Because I could see you were gonna be like, I'll get the 500 million, and then just do stand up. We can fucking nitpick these all day, all right? It can't be that easy.
I was like, I could create my own fucking venue. Just be fucking.
Buy the Comedy Store and put myself up every night.
Yeah. Okay, then easy money. I would do the headlining in 15 years because my sons would be 18, so I would spend a long time being a loser dad. But I would know that at the end of that road that I'm doing what I love to do, and at the same time, now here's an avenue where I can make as much money as I'm worth, right?
Yeah.
If I get $500 million and I'm rich, I'm gonna be fucking having fun. But first of all, I got kids, and I got a fiance. It's not gonna be able to be a swinging bachelor and just busting all kinds of nuts.
Yeah, and you're not gonna do what you love most,
and I'm
which
be
is
depressed.
Stand up. I understand. Yeah, you can replace your stand-up time with yacht trips and caviar and cocaine and all that shit, but you're not gonna be that's why famous people kill themselves all the time. Because it's the money isn't what brings you the full happiness. It brings happiness. Let's not lie. They're like, money can't buy happiness. Well, that's a lie, but it can't buy complete happiness.
Well, the thing is too is like I won't be able to be irresponsible with my money because of the responsibilities I have. Now, if I was 22, now I would just the thing is that I love performing, right? So I would have to find another way. Maybe I would fucking do like plays and shit like that.
That'd be kind of lit.
If I took the money, right?
Yeah.
But I would never do that. I always choose to have the ability to do what you want to do. So I would go with that. And you know what? I was born broke. I could die broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, fair enough. I like I like that though. That's a good answer. I was just glad. I thought you were gonna be like one of those motherfuckers that was gonna be like, I'd get the 500 million because it's $1 billion because I'm gonna make my money work for me, and I was gonna have to listen to you tell me about that shit.
Hell no! I'm not a money guy, dude. Like, I mean, I like money to be able to buy the things that I like, but like, let's say I was working for somebody and they were like a big time whatever, and they were bringing me money and from my craft, and they were like kind of like treating me badly. I would just be like, fuck you. I don't need this money.
No, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to like put up with that shit.
Pretty much, I'm saying if I was a girl, I wouldn't be a prostitute.
Oh, I think that was the whole point of this podcast, was to figure out if we wanted to be prostitute. I don't think I would be an escort.
I would definitely have an OnlyFans though.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I was a girl,
OnlyFans, easy.
My pussy would be everywhere, bro. My pussy everywhere.
Do you know how rich women get from OnlyFans?
No, it's crazy. Obviously, yes, like there's people that don't make a lot of money, but like, bro, like
I don't think that's so.
I think even like the most like random person like that you just went to school with has like 800-900 followers. There's gonna be like 10 or 20 people that are curious enough that from following you, and then also there's probably just a weird group of people that we don't know that like scour OnlyFans for like their next purchase.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're the most unattractive woman, right? The most unattractive woman, think of her. I don't know. You fucking take pictures of only your feet, or you take pictures of yourself or videos of yourself shaving, or you take fucking pictures of yourself fingering yourself. Like, there's still guys who are into that woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they're still going to pay whatever, $10, $15. And if you get 300 of those, $315, 15 times 300 a month.
Yeah.
Imagine
no, that's
how much
wild.
that is.
That's wild, bro. Especially, because I mean, like, especially like the hot girls just have a lot of followers.
Imagine hot girls then.
Like, yeah, dude, imagine like you're one of those just like everyone knows a hot girl they went to high school with that has like fucking like 6K followers for some reason.
Yeah.
Bro, she gets like what is like if she gets like 300 people, that's like 2 or 3% of her followers just to check
and she will for sure get 300 people to get her OnlyFans, right?
Because she's hot.
She's hot.
Yeah.
And if she's charging $10, then what's that? $3,000 a month?
Yeah, that's
$3,000 a month.
Fucking crazy
for
dude.
Just taking videos of yourself in your room.
Yeah, and it's like you don't have to like you don't like you just post them. You don't have to respond to anyone.
You don't have to be having sex.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah,
and like a lot of girls just post like lingerie
photos,
yeah, or like only show
slip.
like like a nip slip, no like vagina stuff, and still make bank because
exactly.
there's still guys still are fine to pay for that.
You'd be able to fund your whole entire comedy career, your own like touring, like if it was the other way around. Pretty much what I'm saying is it's better to be a woman nowadays. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
We're not going to be prostitutes, and it's better to be a woman these days. Is what we figured out on this podcast. From what are you the light skin?
The light skin black Confucius.
The light skin black.
That's too
Confucius.
long.
Just the light skin Confucius. We get rid of the black part. It's implied with light skin.
Yeah, light skin
Confucius.
You're a
light skin white guy.
Yeah, light skin Confucius. That's cool. Yeah, definitely say that.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Light skin Confucius.
Yeah.
All right. Last would you rather, and then we're gonna wrap the podcast up. Would you rather fight 50 random people on the street or 50 of your family members? Now I realize maybe you don't have 50 family members, so you can bring like people can come back to fight you. You know what I mean? Just like, who would you rather fight?
Dude, are you kidding me? What? Or are you talking about for like win wise, or like are you talking about like because 50 random people? I don't give a shit about those guys.
I guess
if I fight 50 of my family members, I'm gonna be like,
okay.
I'm gonna have no support groups ever in my life, Like
I was just thinking that I know that I'm like taller than everyone in my family, so I could probably just beat the shit out of.
That's
most
what I'm saying. Like I would be able to beat the fuck out of most of my family except my brothers.
Look at you being nice. You took it from the nice flavor. You were like, yeah, but worst part is I have beef with my family, and I'm like, I want to smash my dad's head in and kick my sister over. Fuck them. Like,
I'm like, worst part is I won't have nowhere to go to Christmas for.
Yeah, you're thinking about that, and I'm like, I want to kick my grandma's wheelchair over and pull my grandpa's catheter out. Fuck them. Like,
nah, my brothers will probably end up. I'm the smallest of my brothers.
Yeah.
So, like by a lot. Like my brothers are like 6'4", like 250, and I'm fucking barely 6 foot 190. You know? So. I would be able to beat the fuck out of everybody else except my brothers,
I'd have to bring back people, and like my great grandpa died when he was like 30 because he used to work big buildings.
Really?
And he fell off of them because it was
what?
back.
Your great grandpa?
Yeah, or maybe great grandpa. I don't know. Like he died in like 30 or something.
1930.
And it was they back then like the pictures of guys fucking sitting on like metal bar.
Yeah.
And he fell and died like 5 stories.
Fuck.
That guy would beat the fuck out of me. He went to and just worked 5. He literally faced death every way.
Yeah.
He would smash me.
Well, he would definitely have less fear than you in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be like, tiny though. The people are smaller, like generationally back.
But he is your ancestor, so he might not be that small.
Okay, that's
well.
fair.
Is he like who do you get your size from in your family?
My dad doesn't know his dad, so we think his dad.
Oh, okay.
His like my grandma like didn't really know who it. Like,
okay.
So it was one of those things where he doesn't know his dad because my dad is 5'7".
Well, and you're 6'4", 6'3".
Yes, my mom's 5'8", so she's tall.
Yeah,
for a girl.
Yeah.
My grandpa's 6 foot and his brother is 6'1". So I think I get it more from my mom's side.
Oh,
which is
okay.
funny.
Well, you know what? First of all, I know we were about this up. Well, for your dad not to know his dad, your dad is a success story because he obviously panned out good in life.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
So give him that props later on.
Of course, he won't listen to this because he's not supportive of me.
You can just tell him.
I'm just kidding. Nah, he's supportive of me.
But don't tell him while I'm here because that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, I'll
wait
walk
until
down.
I leave.
He said you are a very good man. And that would be so fucking awkward.
I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Can I move in? No. Yeah. And but long story short, man. With the whole entire your grandpa falling off the fucking great grandpa falling off the beam.
Yeah.
First of all, like all that like old school like back in the days ancestor shit. Like I'm so like infatuated with it. Like I wish I knew more about my family history.
See, I want to know about my family history till like 1815, and then I probably don't want to know. I'm white. We might
know,
have not. I mean, I honestly like. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm joking, but like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? They were white back then. They probably did. They're pieces of shit.
No,
I can't change that. But yeah, I actually don't know because my ancestry is like French Canadian, and I feel like like Quebec and like the French. I don't know. I feel like
strange.
I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. The 23andMe shit, shove it up my ass and send it in.
But it's like, you're white, but like, dude, if your family owned slaves back then, I mean, you have a nice house in Brea, but if your family owned slaves back then, imagine how wealthy you are today.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I guess that's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty true.
Like
that's crazy.
You would have had to have a fucked up son who fucked up the family's money to not be even more wealthy today.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. That's something I have to look into.
Light skin Confucius, Nick.
Yeah, light skin. All right, man. Well, light skin Confucius. The floor is yours. Take the time, guys. Otherwise, all his stuff is linked in the bio, and it was on the screen when the podcast started. But take the time, promote yourself, your show, your podcast, all that stuff.
Okay, guys. My name, Troy Douglas.
Yep.
You can find me on Instagram.
Follow
Troy
him.
Douglas LOL _. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my brand, Extra Crispy.
Yep.
On Instagram, Extra Crispy Podcast.
You're in fact not extra crispy though.
What do you mean?
You're light skinned.
Well, yeah, but extra.
Am I too white? Do I not know what the vernacular of that means?
No, it's kind of like my own. Well, kind of, yeah. Because crispy could mean like fresh or like, you know.
So
like,
I was
like
being
your
very
style.
Caucasian.
I put my teeth on your mic. My bad.
It's
Rona,
okay, man.
Nah, Rona's over. Anyways, extra crispy. So extra crispy spelled with 2 X's. So
You're looking real crispy right now. Look, I learned.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, the
picture
shirt's
right here.
crispy. Your shoes
Anime
are
girl
crispy.
with fucking double E breasts and shit. You know, I love some anime big boobies. So extra crispy spelled XXTRA and then crispy with a K. KRISPY. Okay, that's my Instagram, Extra Crispy Podcast, and then also my Instagram, Troy Douglas LOL _. Brandon Lejeune.
Yeah, Lejeune.
Lejeune?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
It's
I think
okay.
when I brought you out on stage, I said Lejeune.
Yeah, I think you said it right.
Lejeune?
Yeah,
Okay.
you said because my mom would have given like jokingly been
Okay.
like he said your name wrong.
Okay. Well, Brandon Lejeune,
Yeah.
you guys keep supporting this guy.
Yeah, appreciate you.
He's a good man, even outside of comedy, and he's
Thank
funny
you.
on stage. I see him all
Thank
the
you.
time. You know.
Appreciate you, bro.
Now, last thing I wanted to say, I did accidentally back my ass up on his groin when we were playing basketball. I thought you were gonna talk about that.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you nut tapped me with the way you threw it back.
See, I had too much junk in my trunk. Pause.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. Last Resort Podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you
guys.
for having me.
Thank you for listening, guys. Please go follow and support Troy. If it's your first time listening or your 60, what episode are we on?
Yeah,
Second time listening, I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, see me in Fresno the 29th. I don't think I'm on anything else before I get out of here. I'm moving to Texas in less than 10 days.
Okay.
These next couple podcasts, guys, after next week's, they might not make sense with what we're talking about. It might be old news. I'm gonna have to backlog and record because I gotta get the new place set up out there and all that. But other than that, thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate you, and most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See you.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.